I thought we had a good marriage, but I just wanted to try something different.
That was when he turned 21 and he went down to the street corner store and bought beer, and he came home all excited because they did
his first legal beer.
Yes, he told me he was 30.
And he said he was 30.
Yes, ma'am.
And you believed it?
Yes, I did. I'm a very trusting person, and it was like my soul was taken out of my body and stepped on. He was covered in hickeys.
This isn't just a betrayal. It's a 13-year lie. A heartbreak so raw, the courtroom fell silent. Jesus didn't just cheat. Now, he wrecked a woman's world while pretending to be her forever. And when he left, he poured ketchup and sugar all over her clothes. You couldn't script a better villain. This episode of Divorce Court turned nuclear. A 39-year-old woman fell for an 18-year-old who faked his age and cheated for over a decade. You won't believe how deep this deception went. Subscribe now for more raw courtroom drama and emotional takedowns like this one. It all started when Nora Silva, then 39, met Jesus Moreno at a dance. He was charming, handsome, and according to him, 30. She bought it. Why? Because in her words,
I'm a very trusting person, and I believe people for what they say.
But Jesus wasn't 30. He was 18, nearly the same age as her son. She didn't find out until years later, when he excitedly came home with his first legal beer at 21. That's when the penny dropped.
He came home all excited because they did
his first legal beer.
Yes.
Despite the shocking revelation, Nora stayed. Why? Because
he genuinely loves my kids, and so it didn't bother them as well.
Okay. Mr. Moreno?
Yes, ma'am.
What was your initial attraction to her?
Everything.
The fairy tale had cracks from the beginning, and it was only a matter of time before the whole thing collapsed. Jesus didn't try to lie when confronted. In fact, he was bizarrely casual about admitting everything.
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And
I told her I was going to work one day. I didn't even go to work. I went to her house.
Worse, this wasn't a one-time slip. He freely admitted.
Since 2005.
Since 2000, so yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you why, and it seems like a stupid question, but it seems to me that that's just how you were conducting business. Were you not happy at home? Do you just like a whole lot of women? You just didn't want to be married?
I got married with her when I was 18. I got with her when I was 18, 32. I didn't have no fun. I wanted to have fun.
And when the judge asked him to clarify the reason, he dropped this tone-deaf bomb.
I thought we had a good marriage, but I just wanted to try something different.
That's right.
That's not a confession, it's a shrug. A cold, matter-of-fact betrayal of a woman who gave 13 years of her life. He even admitted he got married too young.
What made you want to get married at 18?
We were happy. It was a happy couple.
He didn't apologize. He didn't take responsibility. He made excuses and blamed youth. Nora's response? Devastating, heartbreaking, and completely raw. She described the moment she found out he had cheated.
And it was like my soul was taken out of my body and stepped on. And I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to cry. But it was a hurt that I never want to feel again.
That's not a breakup, it's emotional destruction. Nora sacrificed for this man. She even put up with him cheating, thinking it was just one mistake.
I allow things to happen, that might make me look like a fool, but usually it's because I already know what's going on. And like I've told my husband, I just love him that much.
But she was no fool. When the messages started pinging on Facebook, she investigated and found the exact number he called the day he cheated. She stayed quiet, dignified, but when the full truth emerged, including his own timeline of cheating starting the year they got married, she was shattered.
But we married in 2005, which he's saying that he started cheating in 2005, this is the first time I hear about that.
Even the judge looked stunned. Nora gave her all, and Jesus gave her betrayal, hickeys, and ketchup-covered revenge. If the betrayal wasn't enough, the ultimate gut punch came in Jesus' cold, unapologetic behavior after he got caught. He didn't just leave, he humiliated Nora.
Took my clothes down to my bras and underwear, took important papers, shoes, everything out of my closet, out of my home, and took it with him.
But he didn't stop there. When she got them back, it was worse than she imagined.
So when I opened it, I thought he had thrown up over it. But the more that I realized and went back to that Sunday, because I had gotten home and I thought, what is all this sugar and ketchup on the floor? And my grandson's like, oh, Papa did that because he was angry. So I swept it up.
Sugar and ketchup?
Ketchup, yes, ma'am.
On your clothes?
And so he had put the sugar and ketchup all over my clothes.
Mix it up in a bag and
And the reason,
Because she was at a dance
She wasn't trying to answer my phone calls,
and she wouldn't answer your phone calls.
so I got aggravated.
let that sink in. While he was still married and still cheating, he destroyed her belongings because she went dancing, and his own grandson witnessed the mess. This
And my grandson's like, oh, Papa did that because he was angry.
is not immaturity. This is calculated disrespect. Jesus had no shame. Even when the judge pressed him, he owned his damage like it was a joke.
She can
I was
go.
real ugly with her, I'll be honest with you.
Okay.
There was a lot of verbal cussing and all that
From you or her?
from me to her.
Why? Because he needed to make her the bad guy to justify walking away guilt-free.
So you could feel good about leaving
ma'am.
her.
He even admitted he still apologizes now, but it's too little, too late. And his reasoning? Pathetic.
I want to be single and do my thing.
That thing, leaving behind 4 kids from different women. When the judge tore into him about the consequences of absent fathers, he gave the weakest answer possible.
Still paying child support.
The judge didn't hold back. Nora, with class and restraint, answered the final blow with dignity.
Would you take him back if he asked to come back to you right now today?
No, because he has a lot of work to do on his honesty.
The man who was once a second father to her children, gone. And when asked why he married her if he knew he wasn't ready, Nora Silva walked into that courtroom with the weight of a 13-year betrayal. She walked out with her dignity intact, and $400 for the ketchup-soaked revenge Jesus thought was clever. Jesus Moreno exposed himself as a man-child, a husband at 18 who never grew into the role, who left behind 4 kids, a broken wife, and a trail of excuses. This episode wasn't just another court case, it was a brutal reality check. If this hit home, hit subscribe for more viral courtroom moments, shocking betrayals, and no-nonsense takedowns. Because some lies last 13 years until the truth explodes.